girlies, it is time for my May Wheel of TBR, so stay tuned. If you're new, hi, hello, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. Wheel of TBR is one of my TBR games that I play in order to help pick my TBR for the upcoming month. The way this one works is I take a base of 5 spins and I pick a book based on the prompt. I also mark on the wheel, and if any slice gets 5 marks, I have to add a bonus spin. So before we get into the spins for April or May, let's go over how I've done for April. Now, it is currently April 17th as of filming this. I am actually leaving town tomorrow and won't be back until after this video posts. So there's still like 2 weeks left in the month for me to try to get some of this read. So I do plan on rolling over a lot of the things that I didn't end up reading yet in April, because maybe I'll still finish them. We'll see. So let's start with the rollovers I had. So quickly, all of my rollovers I had: Chain of Iron, Dishonestly Yours, The Cursed, Deep End, Written in the Stars, Tress of the Emerald Sea, if I didn't finish it in March, Is It Night or Day, if I didn't finish it in March, This Winter, if I didn't finish it in March, and The One and Only Ivan, if I didn't finish it in March. So Tress of the Emerald Sea, Is It Night or Day, and This Winter I did finish in March, so I didn't actually have to roll them over. The One and Only Ivan I did not, so I did have to roll it over. I did not read The One and Only Ivan yet. That's actually my next book that I plan on reading. And I have not read Chain of Iron or Dishonestly Yours. The rest of the rollovers I did read, though. Okay, so for my April spins, the first spin was one word title, and for that I selected Shout by Lori Halse Anderson. And I have not read it, and that's one I don't think I'm going to roll over because I haven't found it yet. So I am going to take a punishment spin for that one. And that puts 2 on this spot. It looks like the only danger zone is new author. Okay, next was the color, or random color generator. And I got purple, and for that I selected That Kind of Guy. I have not read it, but it's in my suitcase to take along with me. So if I don't complete it, I will be rolling that one over. Next was a random letter, and for that I got D. And for that I selected For Your Own Good by Samantha Downing. And that's also packed in my suitcase. I have not read it yet, but so if I don't finish it, I will roll it over. Next was a 4+ word title, and for that I selected Twice in a Lifetime. And I haven't read it, and if I don't finish it, I will be rolling it over. Next was Royalty, and for that I selected A Broken Blade. And again, I have not read that one, so if I don't finish it in April, I will roll it over into May. Next was my pick, and I selected The Dungeon Anarchist Cookbook, which was Dungeon Crawler Carl Book 3, and I did read that one. Then I got Coffee, and for that I got a selection from Lizzie, one of my coffee patrons, and she selected Light Lark, and I have read that. And then I had a bonus spin, and for that I got TBR Knockout, and I selected All My Rage by Sabah Tahir. And I have not read that one, but that is one that if I don't finish in April, I will be rolling over. I also still need to do my required read for April for my coffee patrons and my buddy read for my coffee patrons. For May, that is the one month that I get to be the book buddy of the month because it's my birthday month. And for that, I'm actually just going to extend our buddy read, because at this point, I don't think anybody's gotten to the buddy read for April yet, which was Skin of the Sea by Natasha Bowen. So they're going to have April and May to read that. And I'm going to say the same for my required read. Okay, so lots of rollovers, but no bonus spins at this point. Now, I can end up with a bonus spin during my 5 base spins. So let's get started and see what we get. Spin number 1. Thriller. Okay, so I think for this one, I'm going to go with The Housemaid's Secret by Frida McFadden, because I just recently, I think in March, read The Housemaid and really enjoyed it. And I think this works as a thriller. I think I can read you the back of this one because I don't think it's going to spoil anything for the first one just because of how the first one ended. This says, it's hard to find an employer who doesn't ask too many questions about my past. So I thank my lucky stars that the Garricks miraculously give me a job cleaning their stunning penthouse with views across the city and preparing fancy meals in their shiny kitchen. I can work here for a while, stay quiet until I get what I want. It's almost perfect. But I still haven't met Mrs. Garrick or seen inside the guest bedroom. I'm sure I hear her crying. I notice spots of blood around the neck of her white nightgowns when I'm doing laundry. And one day I can't help but knock on the door. When it gently swings open, what I see inside changes everything. That's when I make a promise. After all, I've done this before. I can protect Miss Garrett while keeping my own secrets locked up safe. And that's all I'm going to read of that. So that is what I'm going to select for thriller. And let's put a mark here. And let me get my phone here so we can pull up the wheel of prompts so I can replace thriller. Okay, here we go. Big book. Okay, so that's like, I'd say at least 450 pages, but typically I go with like 500. All right, spin number 2. Oh, I just realized we already had big book. So let me actually pick a different prompt for that one, because I just spun big book on the one that it originally was on. So let's see what else we can get. Scroll Goodreads. Let me make sure that's not anywhere on here. I don't see it. Okay, so I'll erase the original big book that I just put on here. And what I spun for number 2 was big book. So let me figure that out. Okay, so the first one I saw on my shelves over here was The Tales of the Madman Underground by John Barnes. And this says, today is Wednesday, September 5th, 1973. Welcome to the life of Carl Shoemaker, which includes getting through his senior year of high school, getting out of Lightsburg, Ohio, whole of the world, trying to lose his virginity, 5 jobs, a dead father, a seriously unhinged drunk mother, a house that's basically a litter box, his membership in the Madman Underground, a group of kids forced for no apparent reason to attend group therapy during school hours. If this book was a monologue, it would be blanking censored. All right. Okay, so let's mark big book here and see what we're going to replace that with. Supernatural. Make sure I don't have it already on here. Looks like I don't. All right, spin number 3. A popular book. Ooh. Ooh, I know. For a popular book, I'm going to do The Gate of the Feral Gods, which is a book 4 in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series, because I know that whole series is popular. All right, spin number 4. Oh, wait, we got to replace that. Here we go. A Libby wreck. Let me make sure Libby's not on here already. It's not. Oh, I also need to mark here. All right, so I'm going to replace popular book with Libby wreck. Okay, spin number 4. A retelling. So I don't own this one, but I know it is a retelling, and I've been reading this series, and they're all kind of standalones. So I want to pick this one. It is Kiss the Girl by Zoraida Cordova, and it is like a Little Mermaid retelling. It says, Ariel Del Mar is one of the most famous singers in the world. She and her sisters together, known as the band Siren 7, have been a pop culture phenomenon since they were kids. On stage, wearing her iconic red wig and sequin costumes, staring out at the sea of fans is where she shines. Anyone would think she's the girl who has everything. But lately, she wants more. Siren 7 is wrapping up their farewell tour, and Ariel can't wait to spend the summer just living a normal life. Part of a world she's only ever seen from the outside. But her father, the head of Atlantica Records, has other plans. Begin her breakout solo career immediately, starting with a splashy announcement on a morning talk show. The night before, Ariel and her sisters sneak out of their Manhattan penthouse for a night of incognito fun at a rock concert in Brooklyn. It's there that Ariel crosses paths with Eric Reyes, dreamy lead singer of an up-and-coming band. Unaware of her true identity, Eric spontaneously invites her on the road for the summer, and for the first time in her life, Ariel disobeys her father and goes with him. Caught between the world she longs for and the one she's left behind, can Ariel follow her dreams, fall in love, and somehow find her own voice? I can't wait. I'm excited. Okay, so let's mark this one. And we will be replacing retelling with TBR Vet. Make sure that's not on there. I don't see it. Okay, so this is, let me move the wheel a little closer. This is going to be the final spin unless we land on new author. Oh, this one also has 4 nonfiction. Those are the only 2 danger zones. So spin number 5. Oh, that's right on the line. Like it's dead in the middle of this peg. So I'm going to spin it again. And wait a minute. I have nonfiction on here twice. Oops. Okay, well, nonfiction. Okay, because I know that I do own this one. I just actually looked up on Libby to see what was available under nonfiction. And Becoming by Michelle Obama came up. This says, in a life filled with meaning and accomplishment, Michelle Obama has emerged as one of the most iconic and compelling women of our era. As First Lady of the United States of America, the first African American to serve in that role, she helped create the most welcoming and inclusive White House in history, while also establishing herself as a powerful advocate for women and girls in the U.S. and around the world, dramatically changing the way that families pursue healthier and more active lives, and standing with her husband as he led America through some of its most harrowing moments. Along the way, she showed us a few dance moves, crushed carpool karaoke, and raised 2 down-to-earth daughters under an unforgiving media glare. In her memoir, a work of deep reflection and mesmerizing storytelling, Michelle Obama invites readers into her world, chronicling the experiences that have shaped her, from her childhood on the south side of Chicago to her years as an executive balancing the demands of motherhood and work, to her time spent at the world's most famous address. With unerring honesty and lively wit, she describes her triumphs and her disappointments, both public and private, telling her full story as she has lived it in her own words and with her own and on her own terms. Warm, wise, and revelatory, Becoming is the deeply personal reckoning of a woman of soul and substance who has steadily defied expectations and whose story inspires us to do the same. So that is what I'm going to select for nonfiction. And let me mark this, which makes this one a danger zone as well. And we'll be replacing it. And then I'll tell you what I picked for TBR Knockout and Buzzword and Buzz Cover. New author. I think that's already on there. Yes. Okay, so let's spin again. Random letter that is not on there. Okay, so for TBR Knockout, the theme for May is birthday, because my birthday is in May, as I said earlier. The first prompt is 5-7, because my birthday is May 7th, and that's to read a book with 5 to 7 words in the title. And the second prompt is emerald because that's the birthstone. And the prompt is read a book with green on the cover. So with TBR Knockout, you can read one book for each prompt. You can do one book that completes both prompts, or you can just do one prompt if that's what you want. I decided to do both prompts this month. So for the book that is 5 to 7 words, I'm going with The Gate of the Feral Gods because that is 6 words in the title. And then for Emerald, I've selected For Your Own Good by Samantha Downing. Her name is in green, and there's also green all in this portrait in the background. For Buzzword, it's to read a book with make in the title, and for that I selected The Way You Make Me Feel by Maureen Gu. And for Buzz cover, that's a border or a frame on the cover. And for that, I'm selecting For Your Own Good. There's literally a frame on this cover. So that is my entire TBR for May. Have you read these books? Did you like them? Did you not? Comment down below and let me know. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, click that subscribe button down below. And until next time, remember to always be completely you. Bye!